everybody stretch.
Oh yeah, I mean that's right.
Give me a second. No? Three. Okay, now I'll stretch.
Yeah.
I am also working on a rag because I need a new washcloth, so I'm crocheting one.
Oh dang.
Cool.
And I didn't want to lose my stitch count.
What's it like to have skills?
It's nice, especially when you're playing like tabletop games and it's not really your scene or something. It's good to be able to crochet because you're still paying attention to what everyone else is saying, but you know, you're not also like bumping your forehead against the microphone, which I've done before.
I don't know how you do that. I just sit here ramrod straight waiting for my turn.
You'll get there eventually. Oh,
Then we gotta feed you the relaxing
notch,
juice.
apparently. I'm a little far from the mic.
Okay. I can turn you back down on my end then.
I guess relaxing juice is just alcohol.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh gosh, yeah. Please don't get drunk.
Ah, well.
I've roleplayed drunk before, but I'm not going to tell you which episode that is.
Wow.
I guess there goes my idea to drink exactly one beer and call the cops.
Chris, we're playing Laws Out.
Actually, yeah. If God, if there was ever a time to get pissed off my face.
Give me a drink, bartender.
Bartender.
Okay.
Is that gonna be? Is that how it's gonna go?
Give me a drink, bartender.
Yeah, you want to do an intro?
Yeah, sure. So, welcome to Roll to Breathe, the actual play podcast delivering thematically driven narratives with copious character melodrama.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Got it.
I'm Yako. I'm usually the host. Today we have a very special presentation for you. It's one of the first times we managed to, no, it's buffering for me too. We're buffering.
Oh no.
Kyle.
Okay.
We have ceased buffering.
Okay. Alright. So there might be like a little bit of buffering. Kyle did just get a new modem and he's the one streaming this. I don't think I would be much better. Because my modem is weird. It's like it's less than 5 feet away from my computer, but sometimes it just decides, no, you're not getting any internet right now. But anyway, buffering again. You know, I'm just gonna go. Okay, so we have a special presentation for you today. There is a podcast. There's a Kickstarter for a game called Final Bid that is currently seeking funding. It is a story-based game. You play it in one session, and it sort of emulates the feel of genre movies. I played this game years ago at this point, but it was the first story game that I really played, and a couple of other people here were also playing it. And I was just sort of really taken by how simple it was and how effective it was at like telling a really compelling story. But until that point, I'd only really played 13th Age. So 13th Age, you do some cool things, but then there's also a lot of like battles and stuff that take most of the focus. So yeah, I would say that it's sort of a turning point for me, and I think it was also pretty influential in us eventually having a podcast where we do all the story games. So I really wanted to see this funding, and we're going to play it for you today, so you can see how cool the game is, and maybe decide to back it yourself.
Yeah. Boop.
Boop?
I think boop means we're switching scenes.
Yeah.
Ah, boop.
Cool.
Did you switch scenes?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably just
The stream's a little
stream
behind us.
lag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm seeing it.
Hooray.
Right. So, we have this Google Doc that we're sort of using to place bids and everything like that.
Yeah.
So let's just quickly go around here and introduce ourselves. As I said at the top, I'm Yako. I'm usually the host. This game is GM-less, so yeah, I will be playing a character role called the Sheriff. It is exactly what it sounds like. I should also mention that the setting that we're using, Final Bid is going to have several settings, but we're just using Laws Out, and a loaf of bread just fell over. So that was what that sound that you heard was.
Rolls of bread.
If this was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, then Dio would thoroughly own me, because I often just keep like a huge loaf of bread sitting by my computer that I eat.
It's true. He
Yes,
gets
that's
stronger.
exactly what JoJo's about, Yako.
He gets stronger depending on how much bread you've eaten.
Yes. I think Kyle should probably go next.
Yeah, my playbook is, I guess not really playbook, but role, is one of the weird ones. I'm playing the devil. It is a director role, so I won't have like an actual character, but I'll just be a force in the movie. Oh, and I'm Kyle. I sometimes GM, sometimes I'm a player.
Chris?
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm alive. And today I will be playing the character archetype, the Coot, which is just kind of an old man that everyone in town has written off as kind of a fool.
Stinky Pete, the old prospector.
Stinky Pete, the old prospector.
Old man fiddle for McGucket.
Except I won't be voiced by Fraser Crane.
Aw.
Not yet.
Not
Oh.
yet. We don't have the money yet. Someday.
The part of Chris is being played by Fraser Crane. That's not
Right.
Even, that's not
Donate
even
to our
an actual-
Patreon. Donate to our Patreon so we can hire Fraser Crane to voice act me.
That's not even his actual name.
His name is Fraser Crane, Kyle. Don't fucking sass me.
Alright. Beef.
Beef?
Beef.
B.
Okay.
That's your name.
I'm B. I'm going to be playing the Outlaw. It's what you think I am. My whole thing is to just fuck everything up.
Yeah, you've always played the shit characters.
What can I say?
Except and Branch.
What can I say? I played a character.
No, Branch is a shit boy. He's a bad husband and father.
How dare you? I will
Well,
kick your ass right here, right now.
His career's making him a bad husband and father.
That's true.
And I'm Name. Hi. Exposed on stream for having Axel as my Discord icon.
This is a rare privilege, actually, because normally you have to pay to hear Name on this podcast.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Name's premium property.
I am a rare product.
Yeah.
And anyway, I'm playing the doc. They're a doctor and they heal people.
Or at least they try to.
Yes.
That's the job description.
You know, ideally, someone will get healed.
Hopefully.
We don't live in an ideal world, do we?
No, we live in a Western.
Also, I may have to get up again at some point because my dad just left the keys in his car.
Oh,
That is okay. So, what's the first step
Yeah.
here?
Alright, first step is that we do an intro. I will just read the book.
Yeah, please.
Okay. The first scene of every movie is a simple one. Each player introduces their character with a quick description of what they're doing, where they are, and what they're up to. The opening credits are playing, the camera is panning over anything important, and everyone is going about whatever it is they normally do. Each player will take a turn introducing their character in turn order, starting with whoever you like. When it's your turn for an introduction scene, do the following. Each role has a goal, and it has a question listed on it as intro. Read them both aloud, then answer the intro question for your character. The more details you give us, the better. Set a quick scene for us. Introduction scenes mainly exist to show off character traits and build up some feelings for the actors in our movie. Opening scenes are usually low in tension and story impact, but they do not need to be. Cold opens and dramatic flashbacks are common in movies, and you can use just such a scene to set your character. If you really want to start the movie off with a bang, go for it. Tell us something about the character who went before you in the turn order. Whatever you end up telling us is absolutely true, and your character knows it, although it may not be public knowledge. If you went first, you should probably wait to do step 3 until after everyone else has done their intro. There's nothing stopping you from doing it right away, but it's easier to tell us about someone else after they've been introduced and you know who they are. After everyone has finished their intro and completed each step along the way, the build-up begins and the movie kicks into gear. I think that our director role, Kyle, should probably start because their whole thing is that they don't really control a character, but they sort of set the mood and the setting. So,
Sure.
give us some mood and setting.
Okay, let me find the Laws Out page, because that has a setting on it. So, first things first, I read
It is
my
page 28.
intro, right? Or should I do settings
Yes,
first?
your goal and your intro.
Okay. My goal is to lead into temptation. And, my intro is, what's here that everyone wants? And there's a setting for Laws Out that I thought was very interesting. The lawless and open desert on a train to nowhere. I think having this set on a train could be cool.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that.
That's a special guest, my cat.
Yeah, I think
Even the cats think this is cool.
I think that this is that at least starting out, we're on a train, and I think it's a big fancy train. And let's see, who all do we have? Sheriff, Coot, Doctor, and Outlaw. So I think the first scene is just like this, the shot that's like of the tracks as they're like shaking and then the train drives by, and then we like there's the panning shot of everybody inside, and then I think like the very back car of the train is like a vault, and I think there's a bunch of money in there. I think that's what everyone here wants. I don't think from like a everybody here wants to steal that, but rather everyone here wants money. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do I do? I think that's everything I do for now, since I don't have someone to say something about. Right?
I think so.
Cool.
Well, I think I'll go next then.
Okay.
As like we see sort of the opening shot of the vault, and the camera starts sort of zooming out so that you see more of the like chairs and stuff on the train. And you see, I think in this card it's mostly like guards and such, though there are the camera does pull out enough that you see just a couple of, you know, like very flustered looking businessy types. Then the focus rack changes so that instead of the people in the foreground being the focus, they sort of blur, and you see a woman sitting very close to the vault, and she is currently taking care of several guns. She yeah. She is a sorry, Chris, I'm sort of stealing your type this time.
I
But,
see. She's a girl and she has guns.
Yeah.
You'll be hearing from my solicitor.
Of course.
Oh.
But until then, yeah. She's black and she is tough as nails because she has to be to survive as a female black sheriff in the Wild West. She mostly got this job so that mostly because every other person before her was like super corrupt and unqualified. And right, my goal is to keep the peace, and my intro is who do I protect? This money is actually going to a town that desperately needs some of these resources. Let's see. Oh, we're going out to Oregon, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yes, it's sort of like an Oregon Trail, but we
faster.
actually built a train there.
Cool.
And we're making it so that life there isn't nearly as hard as it currently is and needs to be. And like I said, I got this job because everyone else wanted the money to, you know, by themselves, but I'm here to protect, maybe, you know, a shot at a brighter future.
Profound.
I like it. Did you say your character's name?
I'm not sure if I did. I'm gonna call her Magnolia Jones.
Oh, that's pretty.
Wow.
Ooh.
You can just call her Mag for short.
Sure.
But never Maggie.
I mean, if you really want to call her Maggie, she won't, you know, kill you for it or anything, but
You're certainly not going to be friends.
yeah. Just don't call her, you know, like any other diminutive pet. She is not your sugar.
Whoa.
Do I have to give a detail about the character that came before me? I guess kind of like just the fact that there's probably still some corrupt officials looking to take this gold or otherwise embezzle it for themselves.
Oh,
I have
cool.
my eyes out on them.
Make a note of that.
That's sort of where the devil is in this scenario.
The devil's in the
So who goes
capitalism.
next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so my character's name is Harriet the Harpy.
Oh.
Whoa.
She's a very tall woman, pretty strong. She used to be a farmhand long ago. She's an older lady with wild hair, just like dark and untamed, and with calloused hands. She's a tough son of a bitch, basically. And the intro is, I guess I would say, what it says on her wanted poster is that she has killed at least 15 men and stolen all their money.
Whoa.
So what's she doing right now?
right now. She is trying to lie low on this train.
What do we see her doing?
She's probably got her hat pulled down over her face and a scarf pulled up over her nose. And she's probably boarding the train with a very large suitcase.
Oh, interesting.
Just trying to remain inconspicuous.
Yeah, maybe like the train is just stopped at a station and you've just got on.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing in my head.
Cool.
And I have to say something about your character.
Yes, and specifically it is... let me just quickly read that. Whatever you end up telling us is absolutely true, and your character knows it, although it might not be public knowledge.
Okay. Magnolia, I'm gonna say that she and Harriet have actually faced off before, and she's the one who took my eye.
Whoa.
Oh.
Ooh.
I like it.
Cool.
Alrighty.
Hell yes.
B, are you on the
Well, who else is boarding at the stop?
Yeah, I'll go next. So the scene shifts as this scary outlaw woman comes out of the way. Behind her, there's a gangly old man, face full of stubble, hat maybe a few sizes too big for him, wearing scant all but a pair of overalls with one of the buttons missing. And this man's name is Old Jebediah. He's boarding the train. He's taking a few stretches because he knows he's going to be sitting down for a while. And as he makes that final stretch with his hands above his head and he's stretching his legs out real high, that other button comes off and his overalls fall down.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's okay. He's wearing underwear.
Is he wearing that like the full body underwear with the butt flap?
You know what? Yeah, let's say that. He's wearing
Okay.
he's wearing his
I was
long
going to ask,
johns.
is he wearing heart boxers, but I like the full thermal better.
You are
And
looking
let's see.
way
Okay,
the-
so.
the old coot.
Oh yeah. Listen, you give me a book called The Coop, I'm gonna play a certain way.
I don't think the first time we played this game, I don't think they had.
Yeah, the
Coot-
coot is
the
new.
Coot is new.
Final bit.
Yeah.
So yes, my goal is to reveal the truth, and my intro is: who looks up to you and sees you for more than you are? That's a good question.
Mhm.
That doesn't have to be another player, right? It could be
Do
anybody.
you have a small orphan in tow?
No, yeah. Let's say I've got like a chipper young orphan boy who follows me around because he thinks I'm really cool underneath all the scars.
Is this
Aw.
Pierce Beckett?
This is Pierce
Oh,
Beckett,
fuck.
just a
Oh.
young red-headed child with freckles and buck teeth.
Aw.
He rides the rails with you.
He wears spectacles. One of the lenses is cracked.
Oh no! I love
Stop
him.
it.
Oh.
Kill him.
You're giving
And
me
okay.
ammunition.
So I get to make up some shit about Harriet the Harpy that is true.
Mm-hmm.
Inside that big old suitcase she's carrying with her, there is a live body inside.
Ah!
Oh, shit.
Did you get
That might not be all that's in there, but there is certainly that in there.
Yeah,
Well done.
you saw her stuffing the hand back in.
God.
Wait a minute. What did you just say? I cut
There's a
out for
live
second.
body in your suitcase.
Oh boy.
Woof.
That is really fucking strong.
Okay, so that.
So I guess that leaves name.
Name.
God. So have you all played this before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of you? Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm the
It's okay.
inexperienced
I
one.
don't think Kyle didn't play a full game.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. So, what? Just to be clear, because I may have missed it. Where is Jebediah sitting on the train?
Oh, I don't think we've properly boarded the train yet. We're
Oh,
just
okay.
getting on now.
Sorry. I'm paying attention, I swear.
If you want to be on the train, though, you can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already on the train.
Or maybe you see Jebediah boarding.
Yeah, I'm
He has long
somewhere in the middle carriages. Just a middle-aged man with a briefcase of his own and just sandy brownish hair. And I'm going somewhere to do something very important because I'm the doctor and my name is Thomas McGraw.
Whoa. That's a Western ass name.
Yeah, very
Really
much
close
so.
to Tim McGraw.
Fuck. I don't know. What's the first name that came to mind?
No, I
It's
like
a good one.
Yeah.
Dr. McGraw.
My goal is to heal sickness.
Hmm.
And my intro question is, which player visits you regularly and why?
Oh.
And let me see. I'm going to say that Magnolia sees me pretty often because being a sheriff is a dangerous job.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, I should write my name.
I imagine that I come in and I'm like, hey, can you, like, I'm bleeding out of the shoulder, and you're like, okay, first of all, holy shit. Second of all, you haven't actually had a regular checkup in a few months, so let's just get that out of the way too.
Okay, so I guess I should do a. No, wait. First.
Oh, you also need
wait,
to...
I still have to
Yeah.
reveal
You
something.
do.
Please tell me your darkest secret about Jebediah.
You're my father.
Whoa!
How?
That's powerful!
Whoa!
You're my baby boy!
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm
Yeah, I love
Jebediah
it.
McGraw now.
Cool.
Wow.
You're a father and you're carrying around another orphan. How
I
does
don't even
that feel,
I don't even
Thomas?
recognize my successful son.
Wow. Okay. So since I went first, I'll go ahead and do one for Dr. McGraw. Dr. McGraw is addicted to his own supply. He has a drug
Of
problem.
course I am.
Yeah.
Man, we're gonna keep doing this at doctors, huh?
You're right. It's too easy.
Shaking my head.
So that's the intro?
That is the
Yeah.
intro.
Nice.
For this, the way that we usually, we've done this before is that just to show that, we've done, an intro, we just color it yellow or something.
Sure.
Okay.
So, round one. Someone has to set a major scene. A major scene can either be a rise or a fall. You find those on your character sheet, what the sort of structure of your major scene is. Now, anyone can choose to go first, and the first person can either do a rise or fall. Anyone can choose either rise or fall until the first person chooses fall. After that, every player has to choose fall.
Woof.
So,
Such
yeah,
a good
you could have a
mechanic.
movie that's all rises and one fall, or you could have a movie that is all falls. Yeah. So, does anyone want to go first?
I actually have a pretty good. I think I have a good way to set the first scene
Oh.
with a
Perfect.
rise.
Cool.
So, I will also just read over what you do when you're setting a scene. Okay. Alright. Player sets the scene by telling us what's going on, who is all here, and what you intend to accomplish. And then the auction can begin.
Alright. So I'm going to rise here, and my rise move is called the heist.
Oh boy.
You set into motion a major heist. You set into motion a major heist that will take several scenes to unfold. Tell us what you want and where it is. After everyone buys in, you win this scene. You still must place a bid, though. And the following minor scenes will cover how the rest of the heist plays out. Just because it starts smoothly doesn't mean it will continue to go smoothly.
Interesting.
Now I want to point something out. That Chris said. You said I had a live body in that suitcase.
Mm-hmm. A live one.
Uh-huh.
It's not easy to breathe.
No. So how I set the scene is that Harriet sets her suitcase down at the back of the car, of the train car, out of view, standing in front of it so that her big hulking frame blocks blocks the view of the suitcase opening up and having a tiny lady basically bend out of it. She was like contorted inside of it.
Ooh.
She basically contorts out of the suitcase and then sneaks her way into the back of the train towards where the money is being held and starts working her magic, getting that door open with some explosives.
Oh jeez.
Nothing crazy, but some explosives.
Nothing crazy.
You know.
Just live explosives.
You know.
You know.
And this entire time, my hulking frame is basically blocking the door and keeping anyone from getting past. And I think that is how the scene is going to be set up.
Alright. Well, I think I'm probably also in the scene then? Okay. So, the way that the auction works is that the first step of an auction is to buy in. Starting with the player who set the scene, each player places a bid in turn order. So you would place a bid, and then I would place a bid. If you place a bid, simply tell everyone what it is that you are bidding, then write it down. You can do that in the bids area.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
If you are explicitly present during the scene, you must buy in. Buying in doesn't mean you are purchasing a role in the scene. If you don't make a bid, you don't have... Okay, wait, yeah, buying in means that you are purchasing your role in the scene. If you don't make a bid, you don't have any weight or control in the scene. Even if your character is in the scene, if you don't place a bid, you don't have any role and you don't do anything worthwhile, and you might as well not be there at all. You can bid as much as you want in any given scene. Everything you bid will need to be used during the scene, and will play a part in how the scene plays out. Everything you bid will also be lost to you, and you will remove it from your card after the scene is over. If you are not present in the scene and want to be, you can place a bid to buy in and have influence anyway. Maybe you show up during the scene, or have some long-reaching influence, or have a lackey to show up and do things for you. The important thing is that anyone can buy in, even if they are not there. Once you make a bid, you cannot take it back. When a scene's outcome is important to you, you will want to bid all you can to take control of it, so don't hold back. Anything left over on your card by the end of the movie is worthless. You don't get bonus points for leftovers.
Cool.
So, what are you bidding to start with the scene with?
I think I'm going to bid that I am wearing a disguise, technically speaking. I am got myself mostly covered.
Alright, so you're being a cunning disguise.
So cunning. No one can see through it. Unless, like, you've met me before in person. And then probably you could, actually. I'm going to say that I'm also...
No, you don't do an also yet.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess you can for your also, as your initial buy-in, you can add in as much as you want, but it would all go on the same line, just to keep things simple.
Okay. I'll wait. I'll let you guys go first and put stuff in, since I want to be fair here.
Alright, well, I think let's see, what am I'm going to build a full round of shotgun shells.
Oh,
Holy shit.
hell of a bit.
Does
Huh.
anyone else want to buy in?
I think I'm gonna buy in. And I have a special buy-in. Whenever I buy in, I offer my bid to the other players. If someone accepts my offer, then my bid is added to theirs. And if they end up winning, then I get to cause harm. I'm gonna bid the luck of the devil.
Oh,
Oh.
So, if anybody wants to accept that, then that gets added to their bid.
I'd like that.
Okay.
Oh man.
The thing is, when you use my thing, then if you end up winning, then I get to cause harm to someone else who bid during the scene. The winning bidder is the one in fiction who causes that harm as the price for accepting my deal.
I think that fits all too well.
Okay, good. Fantastic. Anybody else joining in?
Alright, well, yeah, if no one else is buying in, then...
Could I put in one more? Well, I guess technically I'll win the scene anyway, because that's how it's structured for the Rise. But you know what? I just want to say I'm going to put in, my bare fists.
Whoa.
Man.
And then your hands fall off.
I know I still have them, I'm just hurt.
You've expended their power.
Alright.
Alright, now, because of the way your move works, that is going to be, we're going to lock in those bids, and, you win.
hey.
Which, then means I basically just get to go over what happens in the scene?
Yes, but you
Yes.
have to use everything that's been bid.
Yeah.
Mhm. So as I'm just standing here, just waiting for my cue, I see you, Magnolia Jones. And I remember what you did to me. And I can't just stand around watching you relaxing on this train. I can't stand it, so I go over. And even though I'm wearing a clever disguise, you can tell who I am just by looking at my face. You can see my one eye. And I knock you right in the face. I just knock you right in the jaw with my bare hands.
Wow.
Just unquenched rage.
I love this. You see the lore and you decide you must punch it.
That seems like a really unwise way to start out your heist. I'm just saying.
I didn't say that my character was particularly wise.
That's fair.
She's more of the type to act on instinct. But maybe knock your shotgun shells right under the ground and they roll under some seats.
Oh shit.
And I'm gonna say, using the luck of the devil, do I use that or do you use that?
You use that,
Yeah.
but then Kyle does the inflicting harm of the
Yeah.
scene.
Okay, I'm gonna say that, I'm gonna say that my partner back, in the other car manages to set everything up quietly and then sneak back into the suitcase without anyone noticing.
It was very
I
lucky.
caused a good enough distraction.
Yeah, you went over and punched
And I
the sheriff.
I punched her right in the face.
Where is
Yeah.
causing harm? Claim your reward. Page
Ew.
16. Okay. When you harm someone, they must immediately place a bid that matches what you're doing to them. Let's see. I don't know if I want you to get shot right away. That'd be pretty cool, though.
Hey, it's fine.
Is it?
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I mean, you might not get shot. So yeah, I think that's what happens. I think Harriet just raises her pistol and shoots at you, Sheriff Jones.
Okay. Let's see. What am I going to bid? This is hard this early on.
Maybe I started off too strong.
No, it's okay.
We do have a doctor on board.
Yeah.
You do.
One who knows you pretty well.
Yeah. I'm going to then bid an old shoulder wound.
Oh,
Ooh.
I like that.
Oh.
This thing probably has like at least 10 bullets already
Ooh.
in it.
Ooh, wow.
What's another one?
Yeah.
But yeah. At least I do know someone that I can go to.
Yeah. Okay, so what just happened was you had your friend in the suitcase go in and place explosives, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. While you started a fight with the
I'm gonna
sheriff.
say her name is. I'm gonna say, because I feel like she should have a name. I'm gonna say her name is Naveen.
Okay. Cool.
I
And
feel like also you should probably put, somewhere under resources seized. I'll just add a row. We can continue adding rows as they're needed there, but you should probably put explosives placed under there, so that you know that you have it and you can invoke that at a later time.
And now that we've done a major scene, we go through and do minor scenes, right?
Yes. And I will just read stuff about minor scenes. Right, minor scenes are not quite so personal, but they can be equally grand and have serious consequences. Minor scenes bridge the major scenes together, filling the gaps in the story and helping it flow. While the major scenes have a structure and some unique rules you must follow, the minor scenes do not. They can be about anything and everything. After every major scene, each player will get to set one minor scene, which can be whatever they want. They should follow in the same flavor as the last major scene, rising or falling with it, but they do not have to. Your scene is your own to do with as you please, and while you should try to keep the movie cohesive by sticking with what's happened before, you're ultimately the director of your own destiny. You set these scenes in turn order, starting with the player after the one who just made the major scene. I don't know, if we really have a turn order at this point, but we could have maybe, because I feel like it would make most sense for me to have a scene next.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Sure.
we'll be a little bit freeform.
Okay.
And also, you may also choose to entirely skip your turn if you like, and set no scenes during this part of the film. This is not recommended, as your scenes are your chance to shine and shape the course of the movie. Sometimes the movie gets cluttered up with what everyone is doing, especially when you are playing with lots of people or you're getting close to the end of the film. And also, you can have solo scenes. Solo scenes do not. They have a right. Solo scenes allow the person starting them to place a final bid, but don't really have anything else, and at the end of it you do seize resources. So, I think my scene is, I see Harriet sort of probably glancing back and walking out, and I think I start going to chase her, but I realize I'm not going to be able to get a good shot with this old wound, so I'm going to go find Doc, and just while I'm bleeding out, and he patches me up, I sort of explain what's going on right now. So, right, I think my buy-in is going to be, let's see, good terms with the doc.
Oh.
Which doesn't mean that it gets used in the scene, but it does mean that it is expended, so I can't bid that again.
Yeah.
Or what I mean by used, it means it doesn't, it's not necessarily lost,
Yeah.
but it is used.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you will have to place a buy-in.
Yes. So let me see. The thing that makes most sense is to bid some medical supplies, like some
Yeah.
bandages. Yeah. What? Yeah, it's just a disinfectant, bandages. That's about it. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I really have anything I need to bid here to join this. Just a nice scene.
All right then. Jebediah. Do you want to buy in?
Oh, no, I think I'm fine in the scene.
Okay.
I also think I'll pass.
Then I think I'm going to I think I'm gonna raise once, and
Oh.
by the way, everyone can raise up to 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Ooh.
How do I want to word this? Let's put it as insight to a criminal mind.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
All right. Going once. Going twice.
Oh.
Sold.
Yeah. I feel like Magnolia Jones has won this one.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Okay. So what happens is I
Bless you.
I go to
That's my dad.
that is the sneeze to shake the world. I go to Doc and okay, my question is Doc religious at all?
Religious? He can be, sure.
Okay, because I wanted to know if, if his way of swearing would be something, like Holy Mother in Heaven or something like that.
Oh.
And whatever it is, he definitely says that. You can actually, I'll let you do some narration there if you want to.
Yeah, you roleplay it out, man. That would be fun.
Yeah. If you feel
I
comfortable.
guess I'm like I see Magnolia coming and I'm just good God, the train hasn't even departed yet. And here we are.
Yeah, just going to be one of those days, Doc. Anyway, there's a bullet in my shoulder again.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Just keep appearing there.
So I think, we probably continue on this banter for a little while, and I think as he's as Doc is sort of, patching me up and everything, I'm starting to almost talk to myself, and I'm, thinking like, all right, Harriet's on this train as well, which means that she's after some kind of score. But she didn't go after the. I mean, obviously she has to be going after the gold, but all she did was come up to me, punch me, shoot me, and then run away.
Wait, I have a question out of character.
Yeah.
Would most people on this train know that it has money in it?
I
don't
think
know.
probably not. I think they probably know that there's some kind of cargo being transported, but it's not really any of their business.
Yeah.
If they knew it was money, they wouldn't get on the train, because I imagine people robbing trains is probably an everyday occurrence.
Yeah.
Right, that makes sense.
At least once a week there's a train robbery.
Okay, that's cool. Just so I know that Thomas now knows there is money.
Yeah. Oh, good point. So yeah, now I'm just thinking out loud and to myself. So there has to be some kind of distraction going on. She should be distracting me from. Doc, can you hurry this up? I think I need to get back to check on the vault.
Sure. Just be careful. I only brought so many things with me.
Thanks again, Doc. It's always good to be able to count on you.
It's what I do.
So I think, with that knowledge, and we sort of, I think I'm, continuing to be treated, and that's sort of where the scene pulls out to someone else.
Okay. I think I want to go next.
Sure.
Just a quick question. Beezef?
Yes.
Is Harriet's little stooge just working the door to the cargo carriage, or did she leave?
Actually, my little stooge is back in her suitcase.
Oh, okay. That sucks.
Sorry, you might have Did you want to talk to my stooge?
I didn't necessarily want to talk to her, but I wanted her to be there.
So you could take away my trump card? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Right. I also
Absolute
wait. I
bastard.
do need to seize a resource, and I feel like, yeah. Yeah, I think the resource I want to put is a step ahead.
Oh, I like
Harriet.
Nice.
Ah, son of a bitch.
that.
Hey, you think you can just start this movie with a big heist and
Here's my resource, better than you.
Here's my resource. I shit gold.
You can seize anything. Okay.
Seize that ass.
Whoa.
yeah, if you didn't want me to, seize insight, you should have bought in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh well.
Son of a bitch, you're right.
Okay.
Anyway.
Jebediah?
Yeah. Okay. I'll
Jebediah.
take the next minor scene. So yeah. I think. Well, I got my little charge. Old Piers Beckett. He means the world to me.
So fucked up. Your son is on this train.
I think
Your
he's my
son is
straight
addicted to
son.
rare drugs.
My son, yeah, that's why he's not my fucking son anymore.
Oh,
Wow.
But regardless, I love my charge, Piers Beckett. He means the world to me. He's like the son I never had.
Oh my
And
god.
well, I did tell him to go before we got on the train, but kids are gonna be kids, and he needs to use the bathroom. So I'm just searching this train, trying to find a place for my poor boys to take a pee-pee. And well, I find my way to the back of the train, and there's the cargo carriage. Well, we gone as far as we can, my boy. What's this? I'm looking on the floor. I bend down and I pick up. Is this a stick of dynamite?
Why
Why would there be a stick of dynamite laying on the floor? Who discarded this nonsense?
now I know me some dynamite. Now this looks just like
I
I'm-
lick
dynamite.
it and tastes like dynamite.
And that's basically where the scene ends.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna definitely bid.
Well, Chris needs to buy in first then.
Okay.
yeah.
If you're
Sure.
going to make this not a solo scene.
Sure. In that case, I heard B smacking their lips at the prospect of being in this scene with the dynamite. So I think I am going to bid the innocence of a child.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god.
No wonder your real son is addicted to rare drugs.
I'm
You so willingly bid innocence.
I'm gonna tell you this, you're a fool. I'm going to bid a reckless disregard for human life.
Oh my
Whoa!
god.
God.
Oh my god.
Are you going to kill a child like 10 minutes into the stream?
Wow.
Does Satan want to get in on here?
I'm looking over my stuff trying to
What are you thinking? What are you thinking about, Satan?
think. I'm thinking about how, even though I'm Satan, I don't want Beckett to die.
But you're the devil.
I'm the devil, but I'm not that bad. I'm kind of a cool guy.
I ain't a bad guy, I'm just Satan.
I'm more of a devil than the actual devil.
I don't know if I can think anything here to bid to sort of like turn this around. No, not right now. I can't think of anything, but I can also jump in whenever the
Okay.
ante starts to go up. So.
Sure.
I got something.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, there's actually an apprentice of mine on the train.
Oh.
Okay.
So, how are you buying in? Is that your buy-in? An apprentice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
A
I mean, that's-
skilled apprentice is what my card says, actually. So, you know.
So the thing I love about this game and the bidding system in general is that you don't necessarily have to make a bid you think will win.
Yeah.
You can just stick something in a scene so that it will be used.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful system. Okay, fine. I will up the ante. And I will bid an accidentally lit fuse.
Holy shit.
Oh my god. Well, I'm upping my ante too. And I'm going to bid. I'm going to bid a. I'm gonna bid quick on my. No, wait. I'm gonna bid a steel-toed boot.
Huh.
Just the one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's clever. You're saving the other shoe for a later bid.
I actually spelled boat. That's not right. A steel-toed boot.
Yeah, I think I'm sitting out of this one. This one's getting wild. I'd like to see where it goes.
What are you gonna do next, huh? What are you gonna do, huh?
I mean, no, I think I'm done bidding now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
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 Going
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
Going
Yes.
Twice.
I can do one more, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also want to bid a quick getaway.
Okay.
A quick. Yeah.
This is a hard one.
Going once. Going twice. Sold.
To whom?
To who? Because the innocence of a child is pretty big, and so is an accidentally lit fuse.
Yeah, I think those two together are the most painful.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Jebediah just wins by a hair. That's my vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't want Becca to die. Let's be real.
Do you
Well,
want
I
Becca
don't
to
think
die?
Becca would really die in any case, but either way,
Yeah.
I don't think either. Yeah, your bids aren't very painful.
That's fair.
Okay. So this is going to be a very convoluted scene of events.
Yeah, a lot of.
That's how we like them.
So I think what happens is Jebediah is holding this stick of dynamite when a figure appears behind him, and that figure is the massive figure of Harriet the Harpy, who's just checking things out. Got there before the sheriff somehow.
That's my dynamite.
That's my dynamite, she says. And yeah, I think I turn around. I'm very confused. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know who this strange large woman is.
Would you like it if I crushed your larynx?
Oh God.
You know, I don't think anyone would like it if they had their larynx crushed. I'm not even sure what a larynx is, but I don't know why. I don't think I want it crushed.
That's smart of you. I suggest you hand over the dynamite then.
And the way I imagine this plays out is, I think my poor dear boy Beckett. He tries to stand up for me.
Oh no.
Oh, that's foolish.
He stands in
Yes.
front of me. He tries to tell Harriet the Harpy that she doesn't go back to her carriage and sit down. She knows what's good for her.
You know, the
And
last
Harriet
time
takes that steel-toed boot and kicks him straight in the ribs.
Oh.
No.
I did a lot worse the last time a man tried to tell me what to do.
So I think that
I'm
covers the
imagining
steel
Beckett
toe.
is like 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the infant. Now here's when the scene gets a little convoluted. This steel-toed boot that Harriet just kicked Pierce Beckett with scrapes on some metal, sets off some sparks, and lights that fuse.
Oh God.
Are you serious? No, really, are you serious?
I gotta use everything.
It's perfect. It's the only way.
And it takes me a second or two, but I do notice the dynamite. And yeah, I make some goofy noise like "Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo." And I throw that dynamite behind me, pick up my poor ailing boy, and I run to the next carriage over. And I guess Harriet gets away too because she had a quick getaway.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if we should leave it there or if I should have the dynamite blow up.
Well, you do need to have a skilled apprentice somewhere.
Yeah.
I do need to have a skilled apprentice somewhere.
You
That's,
can have him take care of your boy.
yeah, that's probably where you take Beckett to.
Sure, and yeah, I call out, help, help! I need a doctor. This savage woman has broken my boy's ribs.
Oh, no.
And well, the doctor isn't present because he's busy. He was busy with the sheriff.
Hmm.
But his apprentice was also looking for the bathroom car.
Exactly.
Of course.
Everyone has to pee.
It's a David Cage game.
And it's a David Gage. Everyone has to pee, and we're all androids. So yeah, I hand over Beckett to the apprentice, and I think I've just forgotten about the dynamite now because my boy's hurt.
Yeah. So
And I think that'll end that scene.
you get
Hmm?
to choose if you want to cause harm or seize a resource now, right? Since you won?
Yeah.
It's true. Let's see. Cause harm or seize a resource.
Hmm.
So what is causing harm?
I can read that.
Causing harm means that you say like, "Oh, I attack this person somehow," and
Oh,
then
okay.
they are forced to bid something that makes sense for that harm that you are trying to cause.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I will. You know what? I'll just try and read out the book. That's
Sure,
probably
sure.
the best way to explain this. Right. When you harm someone, they must immediately place a bid that matches what you're doing to them. You tell us what you want to do to them, but they decide exactly what to bid to meet your demand. For example, if you say you shoot the captain needs to place a bid that matches that. They can bid a bullet to the knee and spend the rest of the game with a limp. Or maybe they bid their good luck and die for cover, narrowly avoiding your attack. Or maybe they just die. But they get to place that bid, not you.
Mhm.
Okay. In that case, I think for now I'm just gonna seize a resource. And I assume that this means like I can just take a resource that is like,
That makes sense.
yeah.
You gain something useful from this scene, which you can bid later on. You can always seize something material like a gun or some cash, but you can also seize more ephemeral things, like blank owes me a favor, or some heroic gumption, or a sense of purpose.
Okay. In that case, I will seize the resource. I will seize a resource from Harriet, and that resource will be I witnessed her kick a child.
Oh God, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Well,
you know
Not sorry about
exactly
that.
how far she is willing to go.
you
And
know
that is
I'm a,
child murder.
you know I'm a fucking monster.
A child kicker.
Wow.
I'm still in a child.
Okay, so that's that scene. Name, do you have a scene you want to do?
I think I do.
Okay.
So, after I've patched up the sheriff, I just sort of get up and seemingly start looking around. And, I explore the train, I explore the other carriages, I take a look at who's riding in the train. And I happen upon the door to the cargo as well. And I wonder to myself, how long am I going to keep doing this doctor thing?
Huh.
How long can I balance my desire to save people against my terrible, terrible addiction to mysterious rare drugs?
Rare drug.
And that's what I got. So I don't know if anyone wants to buy in. I'll buy in if someone
Yeah.
buys in. Otherwise,
Well,
it's just
I
a solo
think you
scene.
do need to. I actually read solo scene. Right. If you are the only character in the scene, you do not run the auction. If there isn't someone else there, you can't accomplish anything truly meaningful, at least beyond the personal level. You can't impact the other characters unless they're present to interfere. But you also get complete control of how the scene plays out too. Without anyone to get in the way, you have full reign to do as you wish. Solo scenes are especially good for establishing your character and can be used to tell everyone a little bit about your like. If your character is a bit disconnected from the plot right now, you can use a solo scene to establish why they matter or what they're about. Solo scenes are good for monologuing, for setting up for later, and for stocking up for something you plan to do in the future. When you take a solo scene, you may seize resources.
Yeah, I'm fine with this just being a solo scene. I like it as
Yeah.
it is.
All right.
I do.
Then,
Yes. I do wonder though. You wander into the cargo car where there's just a lit stick of dynamite on the floor.
I forgot about that detail.
I thought that it was thrown off the train.
Was it thrown off the train? We can.
I
say
don't
it
remember
was.
anymore.
I didn't explicitly say it was thrown off the train. We can say it was.
Okay.
Okay, thank God, because otherwise I would have felt like a real dummy right now. But yeah, if this is just a solo thing, then I'll seize the thing.
Seize a thing.
Is that cool? I'm gonna seize a dark thought.
Oh.
Oh, interesting. Huh. Okay. All right. I'll go next then. So I think this is probably just gonna be a solo scene too, as solo as I guess it can get for the devil. But it's a shot of like the outside of the train, and there's like a lot of people on the what's it called, where everybody's like outside of the train, the stop or whatever.
Platform.
The platform, yeah. There's a lot of people out there just to see the train because I think it's a new and impressive thing. And they're just it looks really fancy, and then there's like we see a person like at the door shouting all aboard, and then he gets inside and shuts the door, and the train starts to pull away, and like the camera's pulling back, and it toots its horn, and is like the second that it toots its horn, the dynamite that was thrown off explodes, so like the sounds overlap, and everybody thinks it's just the sound that the train's supposed to make, and they all ooh and ah and clap and like wow, and the train pulls off away from this small western town, and I'm going to seize the resource away from civilization. And that's my scene. Oh wait, do I need to? No, you don't need to bid for a solo scene. Okay.
Nope.
And that takes us back around to Harriet, right?
Yeah, but let me do characters that the major scene do a minor.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Oh.
they go last.
I think
Okay,
you
because,
actually.
yeah, the last player to have a chance to make a minor scene is the same player who made the major scene during this round
Okay.
of play.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, you don't have to make a scene if you don't want to.
Yeah, you can also choose to skip.
I don't really have anything in mind. I don't really want to bog this down with just unimportant scenes, so
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
There will be
So-
time in the future.
Does anyone want to rise or fall?
I will rise.
Oh boy.
Ooh. Right, ascend, Jebediah.
Dude. Alright, so my rise is the Crying Wolf. You know the truth of something terrible coming. Set a scene where you're rushing into where everyone else is and start telling them in a panic about something terrible about to happen. Everyone will go to look, and it doesn't happen. You gain the resource, I knew I was right. When you bid, I knew I was right. The terrible event you foresaw now will happen then.
Oh, shit.
So for this scene, what happens is, while my boy Beckett's being looked at by the good doctor's apprentice, I just stumble and fall my way and trip all over my overalls into the next carriage over. And I'm hanging in the doorway and everyone else is here and I'm saying, "Help! Help! There's a big criminal on board this train. She's carrying dynamite and kicked my boy.
Kick my boy.
In fact, she left the stick of dynamite back in the caboose. And it's gonna blow any second."
Okay. And yours specifically says that you go into where everybody is?
Yes.
Cool.
So everyone will be present for this scene.
Yeah.
So I suppose I should bid.
Would be a good idea, I think.
What should I bid? Oh, I'm usually so good at this. I think I am going to bid a pathetic reputation.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh. I know what I'm going to bid.
What
Well,
do you
then
bid?
bid.
The thick smoke of a cigar.
oh.
Interesting.
Still thinking about my bid. So, name if you want to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna bid a strange relationship.
Oh.
Huh.
That's all I got for now. I might think of something else, but I'm not sure.
Alright, I'm bidding the authority of my badge.
I'm... I'm gonna bid a devil's advocate.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Does anybody want that?
What does that do?
Yeah.
Well, I assume it would change depending on who you are. Like, a devil's advocate for Jebediah, I assume, would be somebody that believes him. One for good old Harriet would be
like...
one that defends her.
How could anyone defend me?
Well, I mean, by, casting aspersions that there is someone that is trying to blow up the train.
Mm-hmm.
I want it.
Okay.
I want to sow these seeds of discourse.
Discourse.
God, I hate Tumblr.
All right. I guess I'll ante up.
Okay.
Just to peek behind the kimono, I'm not intending to win this scene, so I will bid that darn loose button.
Oh no.
Oh, I love it. Um.
Hmm. Hmm.
I will bid a greenhorn deputy.
Oh.
Oh.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Going once.
Uh,
Going twice.
uh. Um. Could I bid a low profile? No, wait. That I don't think I could at this point. I think I
Yeah,
bid
you've
too
already
much.
been a cunning disguise.
Yeah. Not to mention, I kicked the child and punched the sheriff in the face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think sold then.
I think so. I think. I think Magnolia wins this one.
Yeah, I'd give it to Magnolia. Those are two pretty strong bids.
Awesome. All right. So I think what happens is, Jebediah sort of comes in here and starts
Raving like a lunatic?
Yeah, just being all like, "There's dynamite in them in our cars," and there's sort of a panic at first, and then let's say like a dude who he's dressed kind of like cattle hand, and he's just like, everyone just calm down, it's old Jeb. He's just blowing smoke like usual. And at that point, Harriet takes a long drag of a cigar, exhales it, and behind the smoke screen, mostly agrees with that devil's advocate. And yeah, then the car sort of erupts into even more disarray, as people are now split between jeering and being legitimately frightened. And finally, I stand up and I yell over top of everyone, "Quiet down! Y'all sound like a bunch of children. Now, we here, with the law, are here to make sure that no one gets hurt, and we'll be looking into this ourselves. So everyone else, just keep calm, get back to your whatever you were doing beforehand, and leave old Jeb alone," I say as the other button pops, loose.
Oh no!
Yeah,
He's
there
having a
are
hard
some
time as it
there's
is.
still some laughs, but I just glare at whoever starts laughing again. And then I turn to a deputy who's just kind of like trembling and inexperienced, and I tell him to go check the car.
Before we move on, I do want to mention there is definitely a sound effect to when Jeb's button comes loose. It's just like, beow.
um,
Yeah, it's actually, the Foley is actually just someone, you know, slingshotting a rubber band.
Yeah!
for the strained relationship, what happened?
Oh, right,
there?
the strained relationship comes up. I think, yeah, alright, let's say that during, right before the jeering, Jeb sees the doctor and is like, "You trust me, don't you, son?" And Thomas just completely shrinks down into a seat and tries really hard to look anywhere else.
Now,
Sorry.
I'm not associated with him.
I have a question. Do they know that they're father and son, or is Jeb saying that just like you would call someone younger than you son?
Well, I know Thomas definitely knows.
Oh
but
yeah,
does
Yeah, I
Jeb
have
know?
to know he's my dad.
One of
Yeah.
them has to.
I don't think Jeb knows.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, jeez.
I love it.
I think the only son Jeb knows. Precious Pierce Beckett.
Pierce
Wait.
Beckett with his ribs that have pierced his lungs. Oh God.
My beautiful
No!
baby, my beautiful baby boy and his bruised ribs.
I know
So-
I know I am the one who did it to him, but no.
So,
It's
so
okay,
when
babe.
Jeb calls me son, I'm fuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like,
God.
ha! No, I don't believe you. Go away. And I do look at that, and I'm kind of like, There's a lot that's going through my mind right now, but I'm also
pretty
trying to sort of keep a lower profile for right now. But I do think that is that major scene. And just to wrap it up, the Greenhorn does not find anything.
Okay.
I don't think he says that. I think that everyone at this point just kind of assumes that there was nothing
Mm-hmm.
because
Okay.
it's Jeb.
I mean, I didn't see any dynamite.
Why would you have? There's no dynamite.
Cool. Do you seize a thing?
Yeah, that is a I think, okay, can I seize Jeb's respect for defending him?
Oh.
Sure.
I like that.
Alright, so who wants to do a scene now? I feel like it might be interesting for Thomas to have a scene with,
His Paul.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any idea.
Yell at your
but,
dad. Call him an ungrateful son of a bitch.
Maybe you picked
Whoa.
up the loose button.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
that's
you
a good
threw it
idea.
back at his head.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. I pick up the loose button and I begrudgingly hand it back to Jebediah.
Oh, well, thank you, well, thank you, son.
Cover yourself up, old man.
I guess I am a little underdressed.
What do you
Oh, geez, what do I do with this scene?
I mean, yeah, I think we're ready to bid at this point. Yeah.
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 Okay,
You
let
can
me
bid
see.
anything as minor or overly dramatic as you want.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The stuff that's on your resources is not the only thing you can bid.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just trying to think of something.
That's fine.
Let me see. Okay, start off, I'm gonna bid a grudge.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. I'm gonna bid
Oh.
a mighty temptation.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna bid Memories of Youth.
Hmm.
Remember, either of you can take that mighty temptation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Oh boy,
Hmm.
y'all getting abstract up in here.
Is correct, or stop me if I'm wrong, but I assume this is a pretty nice train and it has a bar. And I get the feeling that maybe old Jeb might have an issue with the liquor.
It ain't an issue, son. I love it.
And of course,
Oh, sure. I'll take that temptation from you, old Scratch.
hell yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, I feel like the other option for temptation would be to
Just pump yourself silly for those rare drugs you love so much.
Yeah.
No, I was also thinking the temptation to just punch this man in the face for.
Oh,
asking
yeah.
for
Oh yeah, that
family.
works too.
That makes sense. The temptation to lay out your old man.
Yeah, see, the first thing that came to my mind was the temptation to murder him, but I'm not going to do that.
Oh wow,
Not
very,
yet, anyway.
very strong.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of doctor.
Are you?
Oh yes, a doctorate in murder.
First, do much harm.
I'm gonna bid some money also.
Ah.
You're spending cash.
Yeah.
Okay. Kyle, you want to ante up?
I want to bid pride.
Pride.
What would that entail?
Do you want to? Well, it's one of the seven. It's one of my deadly sins, and I think it's taking that too far. Your pride too far, is what would happen. But could give you an edge in the bid war. You don't have to take it.
I mean, I think I would like to take it, but I'm not sure if I want. I mean, no, I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
Going once.
Do I want to ante up?
Going twice.
Sure, I'll ante up.
Oh.
I will bid the phrase, I have no son.
Holy
I'll
shit.
take that pride immediately, thank you.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm taking that pride now.
Okay. Well, going once,
Yeah, you can ante up once more.
going twice. Sold.
This is hard.
Yeah, I have no son is powerful. Like,
Yeah.
if we're going with like the fucking themes of this movie being like pain and doing right, those are both that's pretty painful.
Yeah, I feel like I have no son is probably, and going to get shit faced at the bar is, yeah, the winning bid.
Yeah.
All right.
What happens, Jebediah?
What happens, Jebediah?
And remember, now since you did take a bid, you have to. The devil will tell you to inflict harm.
Yeah, I will cause some harm.
All right. So what happens is, I've thanked my boy, who I don't know is my boy yet, for getting my last button. He's told me to cover my damn filthy body up. And, so I think, yeah, what happens is, putting his memories of youth into the game. I think I finally get a good look at old Tommy McGraw.
Mm.
I squint my eyes at him and I say, "Do I know you from somewhere, young man?"
Do you?
I scratch my brow. I take a closer look at him and then my eyes widen. By God, it's you. My son, little Tommy.
Oh,
Where have you been all this time, Tommy boy? At last I heard you were going off to the big city to get your fancy doctor papers.
Dr. Paper.
Oh my God, you recognize me. I'm so sorry, Pa. I didn't think. I just didn't think you were there anymore.
Whoa.
You didn't think I was... What's that? Oh, whoops. What's that meant to mean?
Well, you know, you just showed everyone your underwear.
Really bringing the pain.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
So, I think what happens here is, Thomas is, actually pretty embarrassed to have been recognized by his father.
Mm.
And, I think maybe growing up, Thomas was, still the laughing stock of the town where they grew up. Because his father was fucking Jebediah McGraw.
Yeah.
And I'm imagining, like, in more younger days, Jebediah was a failed gold prospector, and maybe he still is now. We're not sure. So he just sort of up and left home to become a doctor, but make a name for himself, step out of his father's stinky shadow.
Aw.
Yeah.
And I think what happens here is we put the cash into play. I think Thomas tries to pay his dad to just walk away.
Oh wow.
And of course, Jebediah might be a scraggly old man who can't afford new buttons or darning for his overalls, but he's got some pride left. And he pushes the hand back to Thomas and says, "Now, Tommy, you keep your money. You know, you got a whole new life now. You're a doctor. You're a doctor. And
I'm a doctor.
well, we don't need each other no more, it seems. So you
Wow.
you keep your fancy big C learning, and well, I'll just tell everyone I don't have a child, because who wants a child when they're an ingrate like you?"
Holy shit.
And before Tom even gets a word in edgewise, after that, I head over to the bar, and I tell the bartender, "Pour me some whiskey. Leave the bottle."
Damn.
You could have used the money to pay for that.
Yeah.
I don't need his filthy doctor money.
Are you causing harm or seizing resources?
I think I'm causing harm.
Cool.
And the harm I'm causing is I would like to force Thomas to bear deep shame.
Mm.
And you have to bid something in return.
Do I?
No, Thomas does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, deep shame, lack of closure. Lots of things you can bid.
Yeah.
You could bid your own loose button.
Like father,
Don't-
like son. No. Cats in the cradle and the silver
God.
spoon.
It's the McGraw curse.
No, I think I'm going to do something very stupid in character, and I'm going to bid a dose of my good drugs
Oh man,
to take the edge off.
they're extremely rare, and they're
Oh, man.
extremely good.
That's what I was gonna cause harm. Let me see. Okay.
Or if you want, I can just go with something else.
No, I
Double dose.
I got another one that's kind of related to that.
Okay.
You took the drugs, and the harm you're gonna get now is a side effect. What is a side effect of the drugs that you're gonna be taking?
Turns into a horrible beast,
Jeez.
Listen. No. I won't allow it.
I mean, I don't know.
It could be, let's see, something that you're giving up. So maybe it's your, maybe it slurs your speech. So maybe you're giving up like your professional soundingness.
Yeah, you got to do the Jebediah voice for the rest of the game.
Oh God!
It's
So
my
that's-
natural accent. I just
Or yeah, it's a
trained it out.
No more putting on airs, son.
or maybe
Don't
like
even write
it,
that
you know,
down.
it blurs your vision, or
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could happen.
I think. What about like slowed reflexes?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. So
I like it.
you'd be giving up your quick reflexes.
I mean, they probably weren't that quick to begin with, but they're bad now.
Yeah. I mean, a doctor needs pretty good reflexes, I would imagine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Let's see. Does anybody have an idea for a scene?
like I have loose ideas, but if someone else wants to go first, I'm okay.
Sorta.
I want. You know what? Yes, I do have an idea for a scene.
Oh.
Okay.
I'd like to. I'm going to, have my character Harriet send Naveen in to get the attention of Jebediah. Get him to come to the back of the car, away
Oh,
from his
no.
drink. Now that he's nice and inebriated.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have this nice, sweet girl just come in there. She's a pretty lady. Just have her use her feminine wiles to get him back there.
How old is Naveen?
She's like, I want to say she's like 25.
Okay, good. I just
She's
wanted
not
to
a child.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. I'm not a fucking creep.
I just wanted to make sure.
And I wouldn't say my character's that much of a creep either.
Doubt.
Listen, my character is a son of a bitch. She's not a pedophile.
It's good to know. So, Naveen and Jebediah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Bidding.
Bidding.
Yeah, you first.
A sweet, innocent face. Or I should just say an innocent face.
Right, you might want a bit of sweet face later.
Yeah. Yeah. Why put all my cards on the table right away?
Okay. Then I will bid a drunken stumble.
I'm gonna up that with a concealed weapon.
Oh God.
Oh dang. Oh hell. I wasn't gonna ID up this scene as well. No, I think I'm done.
Oh.
Going once, going twice. Sold.
Well, listen, it's just another fun thing about final bid, the system. Sometimes the fun isn't in winning. Sometimes the fun is in seeing what someone else will do.
Yeah, I'd like
It's
to.
true.
I want to see what your plan is with this scene.
Alrighty, so Alrighty, so Naveen, only 2017, goes up
That's a lot older than you said.
goes up to a very inebriated Jebediah, saying to him, "Well, hey there, mister. I, I didn't quite make that out, sir. Sir, are you all right? You sound
Never.
mighty intoxicated. I think you need to take a seat somewhere.
I'm sitting down.
Maybe you need to lie down. Come with me, sir." And she reaches out her hands to take him by the elbow. I can get you somewhere where you can lie down. I wouldn't want you bothering all these patrons here, you know. Oh. Oh,
And
sir,
I'm-
is there a problem? You can talk to me if you need someone to talk to.
I mean, you have control over the scene, so I imagine that, yeah, he is going to go.
He drunkenly stumbles,
Oh.
following her to the next car where there are a lot less people. And that innocent face goes away as soon as she's aware that they're alone, and she pulls out a very tiny revolver, the kind that you can hide up your sleeve.
A Derringer.
A Derringer.
Yeah. All right, you son of a bitch. What did you see? She opens.
That's a gun.
It sure as hell is.
Oh.
And I know how to
It's
use
in hell.
it. She opens the door to the boxcar and starts pulling you by your collar and holding you near the door. "I'm not very strong, mister. Can I count on you to not make me any more of my boss's trouble?"
Oh God! Don't shoot me.
"Oh, I'll do a lot worse than shoot you if you keep blabbing."
Oh.
And
I'm
gosh,
losing both my boys, and now there's a lady trying to shoot me in the head.
I'm not gonna shoot you, but I am gonna push you out this train car door.
Oh God.
And she pushes you out the car door.
Well, now I'm outside the train.
It's a good thing trains don't go super fast, or else you might be dead. And
You do need to bid something now, because I think that's inflicting harm.
Can I use the concealed weapon? Well, no. I
No,
guess
I'm talking.
No,
about
you have to
this.
bid a new thing. Oh, I have to bid something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like B is using the move can cause harm to, and that harm being pushed out of the train.
what should I bid? That's a weird one.
It is.
Like being removed from the setting.
But maybe you're
Is there a way that your lose button can save your life?
You've already bid the loose.
I already bid it, so if it could save
Dang
me, it ain't doing it no more.
But like, yeah, you could be like, the last
A sack of
last
soot.
bit of strength and reflexes lets you get back on or something like that.
yeah.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
good one.
You've been thrown out of trains before.
I tell you what, I will bid 3 grasping fingers,
Interesting.
and I'm holding on for dear life on this train that I've just been pushed off of.
God.
I figured you'd quit by now, but I guess you're more, what's the word? Stubborn than I thought. Oh well. And she leaves you.
Oh no.
She tried to shoot me. She was going to shoot me. She said hell, and now she's left me like she's a very rude young lady.
I can still hear you.
You can still hear me.
You're not even worth wasting a bullet on. Bullets are expensive.
Cool.
Well,
now I gotta.
That's
Now
the
I-
end of that scene, right?
yep.
Now I gotta. What's the word? I feel like. There's something I'm
Right,
supposed to do at the end of these scenes. What?
Oh
what
wait,
is it?
no. You already inflicted harm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. Never mind. I'm good.
You're good.
All right. Well, I think that my scene is going to be next,
Okay.
and I'm going to notice that. Okay, so after like I had my greenhorn check everything out, and I saw Jebediah stumbling over to the bar. I decided, like, yeah, make sure everyone else is calmed down and wait to try and question him. And by the time that, I finish swaying the fears of a young rich couple, Jeb's not at the bar anymore. And, yeah, I think I'm going to go out and search for him. I'm not going to say necessarily that I find him right now, but, if either of Harriet or Jeb want to bid to, have a stake in the scene, I could find one of them.
Sorry, what was the scene again?
I'm looking for Jeb.
Oh, okay.
Feel like I should.
Yeah.
I would like to bid an unloaded rifle.
Wow, you had a shotgun earlier, and now you've got a rifle. You
Yeah,
must have
actually,
a lot of
let's bid the
guns.
unloaded shotgun.
Oh, okay.
Listen, we've already established he's playing one of my characters.
That's true.
Okay. Okay. I know what I'm gonna
Oh.
bid. A plunger. No. A dynamite plunger.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking like, hey, it's the Mario Brothers.
Hey, you'll be hooked on the brothers.
Hey, where's that fucking playset for this game? All right. I am going to bid just out of sight.
I'm going to bid. It is going to be exactly what you want.
Ooh. 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 I know I've been taking a lot of these, but
I think I want to take that.
oh man.
Yeah, and if that's the case, then I'm not going to raise.
I am.
Oh.
And
Or
I'm
at
going
least not yet.
I'm going to raise to, and feel free to tell me if this is not good enough, but a trigger happy. Other I mean, I guess I could also say happy to cause mayhem.
Sure.
I don't know. I kind of feel like your reckless disregard for human life
That's true.
is something you already did.
How about trying to think of a good word for what I'm trying to say. I want to see it on fire. Is there a good word for that? Want to see explosions? Pyromaniac?
Sure.
Pyromania? Yeah, I guess you could
Yeah.
bid that.
I will ante up, and what I will ante up with is my trusty knife.
Awesome.
You know what? I think I am going to ante up with a step ahead of Harriet.
Oh shit.
Oh dang, you literally are bidding, I'm better than you.
Okay, you know what? I'm also going to ante up one more time.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my partner on the other side of the train. Or the other side of the car. Or I'm just going to bet my partner.
Sure.
My partner that no one knows is my partner.
Yeah.
Your secret partner.
I think I'm done.
Yep.
Oh, this is gonna be a hard one. I don't think I have anything I want to bet just yet. So, going once, going twice. Sold. To who though?
I personally would give it to Magnolia, because being a step ahead of the villain is most certainly doing good.
It's true.
Yeah, I wouldn't really know how to write that myself from my perspective anyway.
Magnolia also has exactly what she wants.
Yeah, and a step ahead.
And a step ahead. Okay, that sounds good to me.
Okay. So I think, okay, the way that this plays out is that I'm sort of tearing through the cars, and I come face to face with Naveen, and she, with her gun still out, and I don't, all I hear is, I don't want to waste a bullet on you. And, so, yeah, at that point, I don't really know who she is or what she's up to, but she's definitely not up to any good. So I go and charge at her, and just, clock her in the head with the butt of my gun.
Whew.
And yeah, so we tussle it out for quite a bit, and we, so it's an action scene. She's pushing me against the wall. We're sort of wrestling with the gun, with my gun, and also with her gun. She's trying to get some shots on me. At this point, we cut back to Harriet herself, and she notices that Naveen hasn't really come back for a little while, and I think So she talks to a waiter and tells them to send a wine bottle down several cars, and that's the sign for the secret part.
Mm.
So the secret, and I feel like, yeah, the secret partner starts making, you know, their way towards the fight scene, and has the plunger in hand, and is getting ready to sort of destroy and or just watch the world
Burn.
Fuck it up.
Kill it.
Yeah, but as they come in, Jebediah sees, and he just throws his trusty knife at him, distracts him just long enough that when he, goes to sort of deal with Jebediah, in the middle of my fight scene, by the time the secret partner turns back, I'm standing there with the plunger. And I'm like, oh, you're looking for this then. What's this doing? And, I go and I throw it off the train.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And, I think I'm going to cause harm, and force, because, alright, I'm gonna use my special move. When I cause harm, I can force, I can force someone to give up their freedom. And I think, specifically, I want to take in both Naveen and the secret partner, into custody.
Damn.
Secret.
So you need to bid something to represent how that goes down.
Huh. Gosh, I'm not really sure.
Lone wolf.
Oh, yeah, lone wolf. That works.
Lone wolf.
Alright. Do record that.
And also because you used my
Because
thing.
I used your thing, tell me how I fuck him up.
Fuck 'em up.
I think you're probably still pissed from your tussle with Harriet earlier, and you maybe get a little too rough with Naveen, and Naveen not only is in custody, but is also knocked the fuck out for a while. So again, Harriet, you'd have to put something up for that as well.
Well, now I'm really not sure what to put up.
Yeah, well, you can't, put up that.
What? I'm
Even
sorry.
if you broke your friends out, you would probably not have Naveen at this point.
I guess I'll say. Could I say no time to save them? No time to save my partners?
Oh.
Yeah,
I like
time to
that.
save your partner. Yeah.
Like you're not even gonna bother.
I'm busy.
Woof.
Fucking wolf.
I mean, there is still dynamite. There's no way to detonate it without, lighting it directly, but...
Ha 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 ha! Yeah.
Cool. That was a hell of a scene. Who's next? It's just me and then Jebediah. So,
Yep.
let's see.
Yeah, by the end of that scene, he's still just holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
Didn't even
I
bother.
think probably the scene cuts away with me holding out the butt of my shotgun to him, but it's up to him to grab it.
Mm.
Firmly grasp it.
It's a theme of the movie. You know, you can offer someone a chance to make amends, but it's up to them to grab it.
Mmm.
Mm.
It's a metaphor.
Okay. So, the scene is back in the dining car, or the bar car, wherever Harriet still is, smoking a huge cigar, and a guard comes up to Harriet and says,
Can't smoke on the train.
the guard says, I recognize you. And, this guard, lifts up his hat, and Harriet, you recognize the very distinct scar of another outlaw who is posing as a guard. And,
I like where this is going.
I'm gonna bid corrupt officials.
Hmm. All right. Well, of course I have to bid as well, and I'm going to bid smooth talker.
Hmm.
Gonna up your ante.
Yes, I'm gonna bid a golden opportunity.
Hmm.
Mm. You know, yeah. You know what?
Hmm.
I'm not gonna bid anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So, unless anybody else wants in,
Yeah.
then I think I won
We
that
can't,
one.
because the ante has been up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Only you can do that.
Cool. So this guard, who's very scarred and grizzled, introduces himself as Coyote Jack, and he says,
Awesome.
he says, Miss Harriet, I'd recognize you anywhere, and your handiwork, and I got myself a gig working on this train, and you know, that back car is full of gold, just full of gold. That's just waiting for us to be picked up.
I reckon I don't mind sharing. Makes it easier if it's just the two of us. I was almost about to split it 3 ways, but 2 ways is even better. Can you keep up? That's my only question.
I reckon I can, Miss Harriet. And
Well, let's hope you can put your money where your mouth is.
he holds out a hand to shake.
She takes it and she shakes it.
Cool.
She's got a very firm grip.
The deal, she makes it.
Awesome. So, I think I'm going to seize a deal with Harriet.
That makes sense. It's an honor. It's fucking honor amongst thieves, man.
Yeah, that's a good thing, right? It's the
That's what's happening.
The honor amongst thieves. Okay, that's my scene.
Question. Do you want a word that is their soul? Because that is a special thing that you can seize.
I mean,
Do you want to take my fucking soul, Jackal?
I could, but I don't know if that's something that I can only take with my fall move.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure either.
Plus, you didn't make it a prerequisite that you were gonna take my soul if I agreed to this.
Hey, B,
You're
do you want to give me your soul? It might be cool. hey, this might be cool.
Hey, man.
Only if it somehow works out for me.
Do you know what all the
to be
fucking
fair,
hep cats are
what,
doing these days?
What giving your soul to the devil does is that if they bid something and they say, "Hey, you're taking this," then you
Yeah.
have to take it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That sounds like it would be interesting. Why not?
Cool. So, I'm gonna change that to Harriet's soul. So
Not like there's much of it left anyway.
Jesus.
what's weird is I think you grab Coyote Jack's hand and you shake it, and you remember, you think, I could have sworn Coyote Jack died.
Holy shit.
Guess it was some other schlub.
No, there's 2 Coyote Jacks.
But yeah, that's
They're brothers.
that's mine.
It's Coyote Jack and Coyote Daniel.
Maybe it's like Dread Pirate Roberts. It's just a name.
Nice.
So
Nice.
That leaves Jeb.
Yes.
Oh, Jeb. Right, yeah, so I guess this scene has to be me facing down the barrel of an unloaded shotgun. Well, not the barrel,
The butt.
the butt. Nice. Of an unloaded shotgun.
Load the face down a
We're
butt.
12.
I am 12. You've known me how long and you don't know I'm 12? I think, yeah, this scene's going to be short and sweet, not much to it. I'm just going to... Sort of a short climactic scene. There's like, the music swells. I take that shotgun for the first time in this entire movie. There's like a half-serious face on Jeb's... Half-serious look on Jeb's face. I'm pulled back up. And like, yeah, it's sort of a thing where like I'm pulled back up and, it's also like helping to help pull back up, but, Jeff and Magnolia just sort of, not lock arms, they like, I don't know, it's sort of like a handshaking motion, but it's also pulling back up.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta bid something. We'll start off the bidding with... How about Trust Earned?
Nice. Well, I'm just going to bid a slap on the wrist, and that can be metaphorical.
Don't hit poor Jeb. He's been through too much.
Fuck Jeb.
Please don't fuck Jeb. Yeah, I think I'm done.
Cool.
Going once. Going twice. Sold. I feel like trust earned is
Oh yeah.
a little bit more weighty.
Mm-hmm. What happens, Jeb?
I don't know if there's too much to expound on in this scene, to be honest.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think at this point all I do is I think I don't slap him on the wrist, but I do slap him across the face and I'm just, what were you thinking?
I was drunk at the time.
So not much.
I suppose a snappier comeback would have been about the same as always.
And I roll my eyes and I feel like, just a quiet moment and then there.
Hell yes.
Do you
All
see
right.
resources?
Oh, yeah, I suppose I'll seize resources. Resource.
Yeah.
I'll seize the
So the
fucking crows out of the
ravens
sky. Okay, let me just. Yeah, I think. Already used trust earned. I sort of wanted like these resource that's like the sheriff's on my side.
Yeah, I was actually just about to say the sheriff's got your back. So.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Sure. I'll just put she's got my back. Oof.
Cool. So, I think that brings us to our next major scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Do you want to take a quick break?
Yeah, we've been going for.
Sure, we'll take a
2
15-minute
hours.
break or so. All right.
Be right back.
I'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay.
Whoop.
You know,